Have you ever wondered why your mind feels exhausted even when your body is not? You spend your days chasing peace, yet anxiety, disappointment, and stress keep returning. In Buddhism, this suffering begins when we cling to how life should be, instead of accepting life as it is. Most people believe peace comes when problems disappear. The Buddha taught the opposite. Peace begins when the mind stops fighting reality. The greatest battle is not happening around you, it is happening within you. And the moment you see that clearly, true inner peace can begin. The Buddha taught that the first step toward inner peace is not changing the world around you. It is learning to calm the storm within. When stress appears, most people immediately react. They argue, worry, overthink, or let emotions take control. But every reaction creates more suffering. That is why Buddhism places great importance on mindful breathing. A single conscious breath can bring your attention back to the present moment where peace actually exists. The breath becomes an anchor when the mind is pulled by fear, anger, or anxiety. Think about how often a small problem grows larger simply because of your reaction to it. The situation may be difficult, but the restless mind makes it even harder. The Buddha understood a profound truth. Before you can control your actions, you must first calm your mind. And sometimes peace begins with something as simple as taking one slow, deep breath and returning to the present moment. Most people believe negative thoughts are caused by the world around them. But Buddhism teaches that suffering does not come from events themselves. It comes from the meaning we attach to those events. Two people can experience the same setback. One sees it as proof of failure, the other sees it as an opportunity to learn and grow. The situation is identical, yet the outcome is completely different because their minds interpret it differently. When something goes wrong, notice what your mind immediately says. Does it tell you that life is unfair, that you are not good enough, that nothing will ever improve? These thoughts may feel true, but they are often just habits of the mind. The Buddha taught, we become what we think. Every thought is like a seed. If you constantly water fear, resentment, and doubt, suffering grows. But if you cultivate patience, understanding, and hope, peace begins to flourish. The next time a negative thought appears, do not blindly follow it. Pause and ask yourself, what is this experience trying to teach me? That simple question can transform suffering into wisdom. One of the greatest causes of suffering is allowing emotions to control your life. When anger, sadness, or frustration arise, most people become trapped inside those feelings. They react without awareness and later regret their words or actions. Buddhism teaches a different path. Instead of becoming the emotion, simply observe it. See anger as anger. See sadness as sadness. Like clouds passing through the sky, emotions come and go if you do not cling to them. Imagine standing on the shore, watching waves roll in and out. You notice each wave, but you do not jump into every one. In the same way, you can notice your emotions without letting them carry you away. The moment you stop identifying with every feeling, you discover a deeper calm that chaos cannot easily disturb. The Buddha taught that attachment is one of the deepest roots of suffering. We cling to people, outcomes, expectations, and even emotions, believing they must stay exactly as we want. But life is constantly changing, and when reality refuses to follow our plans, pain appears. Think about how much energy is lost, wishing the past were different, or worrying about a future that has not arrived. The tighter we hold on, the heavier the burden becomes. True peace does not come from controlling everything around you. It comes from accepting that some things are beyond your control and having the wisdom to let them go. This is not weakness, it is freedom. The moment you stop fighting reality, you create space for calm, clarity, and inner strength to grow. If this message resonates with you, comment the number 1 below. Let it be a reminder that today, you choose peace over attachment and freedom over suffering. Life will always place obstacles in your path. No one escapes disappointment, failure, loss, or uncertainty. Yet Buddhism teaches that challenges are not punishments. They are teachers. Most people see difficulties as signs that something has gone wrong. They ask, why is this happening to me? But the wiser question is, what is this trying to teach me? A challenge can either break your spirit or strengthen your character. The difference lies in how you choose to see it. Just as a tree grows stronger when facing strong winds, your patience, wisdom, and resilience often develop during life's hardest moments. The Buddha compared perseverance to a flowing stream. A stream does not defeat a rock through force. It succeeds through patience and persistence. In the same way, you do not overcome life's difficulties by fighting every obstacle. You overcome them by continuing forward one step at a time. The next time you face a struggle, pause before calling it a problem. It may be the very experience that helps you become stronger, wiser, and more peaceful than before. One of the most liberating lessons in Buddhism is learning to let go of what you cannot control. Much of our stress comes from trying to manage other people's opinions, predict the future, or change things that have already happened. The harder we try, the more exhausted we become. Imagine holding a handful of sand. The tighter you squeeze, the faster it slips through your fingers. Life often works the same way. When we cling too tightly to outcomes, we create frustration, anxiety, and disappointment. The Buddha taught that peace arises when we stop resisting reality and focus on what is within our power. You may not control every situation, but you can control your response to it. That is where your true strength lies. Whenever something is troubling you, ask yourself a simple question. Can I change this? If the answer is no, practice letting it go. If the answer is yes, take wise action. Either way, suffering becomes lighter when you stop carrying what was never yours to control. Many people spend their lives fighting reality. They resist what has already happened, complain about what they cannot change, and wonder why peace feels so far away. Buddhism teaches that this resistance is a hidden source of suffering. Acceptance does not mean giving up. It does not mean liking every situation. It simply means seeing reality clearly, instead of wasting energy wishing it were different. When you accept the present moment, your mind stops arguing with life. Clarity replaces confusion. Calm replaces frustration. You become free to focus on what truly matters. The Buddha taught that wisdom begins when we see things as they are, not as we wish them to be. The moment you stop fighting reality, you take the first step toward genuine inner peace. Gratitude is one of the simplest practices in Buddhism, yet it has the power to transform the way you experience life. Most people focus on what is missing, what went wrong, or what they still have not achieved. As a result, their minds become trapped in a cycle of dissatisfaction. The Buddha encouraged us to look in a different direction. Instead of focusing on what is lacking, learn to appreciate what is already present. A peaceful morning, a kind word, a healthy body, or even a difficult lesson can all become reasons for gratitude. This does not mean ignoring pain or pretending life is perfect. It means recognizing that even in challenging times, there is always something valuable to learn, appreciate, or cherish. When you practice gratitude, your attention shifts from scarcity to abundance. You begin to notice blessings that were always there, but often overlooked. And as gratitude grows, negativity loses its power, allowing peace and contentment to naturally arise within you. The Buddha taught that the company you keep can either strengthen your peace or quietly destroy it. Many people spend years working on themselves, yet they continue surrounding themselves with negativity, criticism, gossip, and constant drama. Over time, that energy begins to shape their thoughts, emotions, and outlook on life. Think about the people you spend the most time with. Do they inspire you to become wiser, calmer, and kinder? Or do they leave you feeling exhausted, anxious, and emotionally drained? The answer reveals more about your future than you may realize. Buddhism teaches that inner peace is not only created through meditation and mindfulness, it is also protected through wise relationships. This does not mean judging others or believing you are better than anyone. It simply means recognizing that not everyone belongs in the center of your life. The Buddha warned that harmful companions can wound the mind more deeply than any external hardship. Negative people often spread fear, anger, resentment, and doubt without even realizing it. If you absorb that energy every day, maintaining peace becomes almost impossible. Instead, seek out people who encourage growth, honesty, compassion, and wisdom. Spend time with those who remind you of your highest values, rather than your deepest fears. These relationships become a source of strength during difficult times and a reminder that you are not walking the path alone. The quality of your life is often reflected in the quality of the energy surrounding you. Choose your environment carefully, protect your peace, and allow yourself to grow among people who help your spirit flourish. Beyond the people in your life, Buddhism teaches that your environment also shapes your state of mind. Many people wonder why they feel restless, anxious, or overwhelmed, yet they rarely examine the atmosphere they live in every day. The truth is that your surroundings constantly influence your thoughts, emotions, and energy. Imagine trying to find peace while spending hours consuming negative news, engaging in endless arguments online, or living in constant noise and distraction. Even the strongest mind can become unsettled when surrounded by chaos. What you repeatedly expose yourself to eventually becomes part of your inner world. This is why the Buddha emphasized mindfulness, not only of thoughts, but also of what we allow into our lives. Every conversation, every environment, and every piece of information either nourishes the mind or disturbs it. Just as a seed needs healthy soil to grow inner peace, requires a supportive environment. Take a moment to look at your daily life. Does your home create a sense of calm or stress? Do the videos, conversations, and social media content you consume leave you feeling inspired or emotionally drained? Are you feeding your mind wisdom or feeding it worry? Creating a peaceful environment does not require a perfect life. Sometimes it begins with simple changes, spending more time in nature, reducing unnecessary noise, keeping your living space clean and organized, choosing books, music, and content that uplift your spirit. These small actions gradually transform the atmosphere around you, and in turn the atmosphere within you. Most importantly, remember that you are not only influenced by your environment, you also contribute to it. Every act of kindness, patience, and understanding adds positive energy to the spaces you enter. When you cultivate peace within yourself, you naturally become a source of peace for others. The Buddha taught that a calm mind creates a calm world. If you wish to experience more peace in your life, begin by creating an environment that supports the person you are trying to become. If there is one lesson to remember from today, it is this: peace does not come from controlling life. Peace comes from understanding it. You will never control every situation, every person, or every outcome, but you can learn to control how you respond. That is where true freedom begins. The Buddha taught that suffering grows when we cling, resist, and constantly fight reality. But when we breathe mindfully, let go of attachment, practice gratitude, and accept life as it unfolds, the mind gradually becomes lighter and calmer. No matter what challenges you face, remember that peace is already within you. It is not something you need to chase. It is something you need to uncover. If this teaching has helped you today, please subscribe to Buddhist Healing Meditation and join us on a journey of wisdom, healing, and inner peace. May your heart be calm, your mind be clear, and your life be filled with peace. Namo Buddhaya.